Hello, folks. Good evening to everyone from wherever you're joining us. And welcome to our webinar series, Experts Speak, in association with IABSC, the International Association for Business Analytics Certification. And let us start today by giving you a brief about the speaker for today, Dr. Ritu Jain Gaurav. Ritu is a tech evangelist and the Chief Technology Officer at UTU Systems in Singapore. And she's a business partner with Ion Idea. And she's also the Chief Information Officer and founder of Swas, Swas, Swastat, Swasatma Foundation, which is enabling and empowering vulnerable sections of society. Okay, so she is listed by Niti Aayog, policy think tank of the Indian government, among the top 130 women transforming India. She's also among the top women voices in Social Innovative Center for AI, CEAI, Singapore, and a young woman in artificial intelligence and technology, YWAIT. She has worked with many entities across the globe, including governments and non-profit organizations, to digitally transform them as these entities are challenged to improve their business processes, to develop new capabilities and business models with a people-centric approach. Okay, and today she'll be covering the topic on the use of artificial intelligence in cybersecurity, which will be quite interesting actually. So, just a request to all our participants to please post your questions in the chat, and we will present them to the speaker at the end of her presentation. Over to you, Ritu.
Hi everyone. Thank you, Ram Krishna. I just want to say that I'm in a traveling and there is a like a kind of noisy area, but I still decided to continue because it would have been we had already sent the invite. This was my last minute travel plan. As Ram mentioned, yes, I am the CTO and founder of U2U Systems Singapore, and I founded it in 2015. Also, I'm the founding director of Sushamta Foundation, which is a skill building for women in technology. And I've been awarded the Niti Aayog Top 100 Women Transforming India in 2019. And I have been recognized as Top Women Voices in Social Innovation 2023 by Center for Artificial Intelligence Innovation Singapore and Young Women in Technology. Since I'm in a little bit of a crowded place, plus the internet might not be so good, so I'm not switching on the video. But at the end of the session, during the Q&A, I will try and switch on the video for all of us. I'm also the author of 4 books on cybersecurity. Uh, I have one each for different audiences, one for the organizations, one for school students, one for defining the culture, and other on the other one on policy, which is implementing the policy, how we can implement the cybersecurity policy in schools and in organizations. Uh, just to give a background, I have a technology background right from 30 plus years. I have a bachelor's in technology, electronics and communication, and master's in electronics and communication. Plus, I work with several companies like Motorola, Alcatel-Lucent, mostly in the tech sector. And that is my background because I've been in tech for almost like 30 years, working with startups, working with high-tech organizations, working and then starting my own company where we are building products as well as we are transforming various sectors using technology. And I'm born and brought up in Dehradun, which is a small town in uh, north of India in Uttarakhand. And I studied my engineering, master's in engineering from IIT Roorkee, Indian Institute of Technology Roorkee, which is one of the high-tech organization in India and recognized worldwide. So that's my background, giving my background in technology. I am in the right place right now. So it's like leading to artificial intelligence, and then, of course, cybersecurity. Now, giving a brief on artificial intelligence, just a very simple point on artificial intelligence. What is artificial intelligence? In a very simple way, artificial intelligence implies computers that can imitate human intellect and behavior. Now, this is again a very important understanding and topic, because can uh, can computers really imitate human intellect and behavior? Is artificial intelligence an enabler, or is artificial intelligence a replacement to humans? We don't know. Uh, a lot of controversies and talks around that can human beings be replaced? However, at this point of time, what we have defined artificial intelligence is that it is an enabler. Artificial intelligence being an enabler to human work and human intelligence, and not a replacement to human intellect. So we don't know how it will change in future, but at this point of time, uh, there is an agreement in the industry that artificial intelligence will continue to be an enabler, like machines were the enablers in the past in the industry 3.0. Machines were the enabler to human workforce. Now I'll go to the next slide, where we need to first understand the difference between artificial intelligence, machine learning, and deep learning. Now, three points, and that is an evolution of artificial intelligence from deep learning to machine learning to artificial intelligence. In deep learning, it's a subset of machine learning, and we use neural networks. In machine learning is a next gen of deep learning, where we are using statistical algorithms, which are enabling artificial intelligence using data. And then we have the next step to machine learning comes as artificial intelligence, where we are saying that computers can actually imitate human intelligence and behavior. Now, if I'm sure all of us have used open AI chat GPT, and we have used the prompts, while uh, entering the prompts, we have seen that uh, we are instructing the chat GPT or a AI in a way we instruct a human being. And the prompt engineering is also evolving. That means that the way we are instructing a human being is the clarity with which we can instruct a human being to do a task is also evolving, because with prompt engineering. That means the clarity of the clarity of putting the task for the artificial intelligence, or for chat GPT, is itself become an engineering task. So that's why we are calling it prompt engineering now. So evolution of artificial intelligence is in software development comes from deep learning to machine learning to artificial intelligence. Understanding the artificial intelligence and prompt engineering, that means is a key to how artificial intelligence can be used in various industries, like in education, like in cybersecurity, like in manufacturing. So different industries, like when we are doing industry 3.0, that in different industries, how we can use artificial intelligence to do a task. Um, So let me go to the next slide, which is about the dark side of AI. Okay. So the bright side of AI is, of course, that you define a task using a prompt engineering and get the result very quickly, so you can help to improve productivity. But there is a dark side of artificial intelligence, and that is why we are going to be talking about how artificial intelligence can be used in cybersecurity. So the dark side of AI, sorry, I'm in a very crowded place. I guess I will have to be a little. Are you able to clearly hear me?
Yeah, yeah, Ritu.
But there is background noise.
That's okay. Not negligible.
Okay, no worry. So, since our today's topic is on the dark side of AI, which is the use of AI, artificial intelligence is available to us for improving the productivity, for improving the outcome of a task, and for uh, the quickness of the task. That means the task can be done very quickly, more efficiently, with more amount of data provided in the artificial intelligence. But there is also the dark side of AI. That means that it is also available to the wrong people. Now, and the wrong people can use artificial intelligence to destroy as well as benefit. So that is the dark side of artificial intelligence, and hence manipulation can take many forms. We can exploit the human mind, can be human task can be exploited by AI algorithms. Yeah, so going to the next one, where we will be talking a little bit on social engineering, as well as how AI can be used to manipulate the personas. Now, in this slide, I'm talking about me, which is who is real, and then there is a persona created by artificial intelligence, which is again me, but it is not real. It is a persona which is created. And we have seen several social media posts, several news items whereby we have seen many actors or many professionals have been impersonated using a artificial intelligence, using a persona which is created by artificial intelligence. Now, when somebody calls you, like your mother calls you, like, and she says, hey, or your sister calls you, or your friend calls you, and he says, hey, I am this, and I need some kind of help from you in the form of financial. Would you be able to help me? Can you transfer this amount of fund into my this bank account? And everything is matching. The voice is matching. The phone number is matching. The bank account is matching, and you have no clue whether the persona that is calling you is actually real or not. And sometimes these personas are not for your relatives, but can also be for a government officials, like a policeman or or a person of repute who who wants to scam you or spam you or uh, take benefit from you. So that you are there on social media, day-to-day life. So the creation of a AI enabled persona of you is pretty much easy for from the dark web. So for people to create your persona, it becomes quite easy, and hence that the need that there is a need that we must also have understanding of how we can counteract these cyber security threats. to not only you as a person, but to an organization or an institute. So that institute or an organization has a threat actor or threat vector, what we may call with by different names, who can destroy your services. So that is why it has cybersecurity, use of artificial intelligence in cybersecurity has become very important to which we will see in the next few slides, that how we are going to counteract, and what way artificial intelligence can be used to counteract these threats which are coming to a person, to an organization, or to an institute, and finally, to a country. Now, country threats, it is said that the future wars will no longer be fought on the ground. The future wars will no longer be fought with weapons. The future wars might be fought through cybersecurity threats to a country. And this may include disrupting the power supplies, disrupting the water, disrupting the civil amenities, disrupting the elections process as well, which it's said that is already happening. Now, because the reason is the personas which can be created using artificial intelligence are actually a very kind of uh, threat which we cannot even imagine. So, I mean, I must say that many defense countries' defense services are now focusing on the cybersecurity weapons, security weapons, which are enabled by artificial intelligence. Now, it's already happening, and we may or may not be aware of it, but it's already happening. And to counteract, like if you want to build a strong defense, because this is offense, if you want to build a strong defense in cybersecurity, then you have to use the same understanding of how the defense was, how the offense was created. So if you know how the offense was created, you can already also use the same methodology to create a defense of an organization, a person, an institute, a persona, or a country. Now, the artificial intelligence is, uh, e- even though we thought that artificial intelligence may not uh, imitate, I mean, to what extent it can imitate humans is the question. To human intellect. I mean, what I mean by humans is to what extent it can imitate the human intellect is a question which not many people can answer, not many countries are able to answer, and not now what does it depend on? What percentage we can imitate the human intellect? What does it depend on? It depends on, I mean, everybody knows it, that what does it depend on? It depends on the data which is fed to the foundation models or the artificial intelligence applications. So again, that is why data privacy is one of the important factors, and hence many of the organization or governments have come out with the Personal Data Protection Act and data protection policies, because this data is decides to what extent human intellect uh, can be imitated by artificial intelligence. So the priority of for us are various at various stages to protect the cyber security of the security of a country. from cyber attacks. So cybersecurity is the security of the country from cyber attacks, is has got various layers in it. So that's what we will be talking about in our next slide. That what are these layers? What are these layers, or which help us to again to create a strong cyber defense in an organization? Really, so the use of AI in cybersecurity. Now, the various, as I said, there are various layers. The each of these are various layers. Now, the layers, we need to understand where we can use secure defense using artificial intelligence is first of all, most important point, as I said already, that it is data protection and data privacy. 1 minute, just give me a minute. I'll try. Are you able to hear a lot of noise, or is it only I am hearing the noise?
No, we are good. Can proceed, Ritu.
You're good. Okay. So now let me go one by one the layers in which we can use artificial intelligence to for cyber defense. And the first layer, as I already mentioned, is data security, because the evolution of artificial intelligence, it depends clearly on what kind of data is fed to the foundation models, and how close that data can get to impersonate completely the persona of a person or an organization. Now, the second point, which is here we will be mostly talking about on organization and use of AI or in cybersecurity in an organization. Now, why cybersecurity? Why security is cyber security we are talking about? Is because one reason is that the evolution of IT, information technology, as an enabler in the last 20 years has made sure that the IT is available to each and everybody. Information technology is now in our hands. Now, the main thing about this is how we can uh, what layers we can protect. First, for that we must also understand the layers as in OSI layers, which is a telecom communication layer protocol layers. And in the same in the same layered approach, we need to follow the cyber secure model. Like, we can start from the physical layer and we can start to the application layer. Now, in between each layer, if we are protecting, then we are able to close cybersecurity end to end. So it's not about protecting the uh, application in one layer, but you need to protect the physical layer, which is your data layer, which is when your data is being transferred from one end to the other from on the physical network. So it involves faster detection, network security, physical network security of every network element. Then involves secure authentication. That means authenticating everybody who is getting onto the network or getting onto the application. So that it can be a two-factor authentication, it can be a password authentication, and slowly we are moving to face recognition as an authentication mechanism. And it is becoming quite popular. Even the banks are moving out of OTPs to face recognition. Even the passports, when you enter a country or move out of a country, the authentication is slowly moving to face authentication. So there is a secure authentication, then phishing detection. Phishing, when somebody is attacking you, or a virus attack, or a scan attack, then how fast you can detect. So you have, whether you can install those counter applications onto your system, and whether it is centralized, whether it is distributed, whether there is a centralized secure mechanism or a distributed secure mechanism. We can use artificial intelligence even in there. That means applications can be used to use phishing detection. The another point is preventing of online frauds. Yes, uh, we are all connected right now. I'm connected, and the online frauds happens when you are connected onto so it's like IoT. When you say Internet of Things, you are all connected. So you are connecting to devices, you are connecting to people, you are connecting to applications. So the applications, they can be, they can be distractions there. So we can intercept the traffic on online while we are connecting to online. And the traffic not only intercept the traffic, but also modify the traffic. That means we can modify. And third thing which we can which the they can we can do uh, is destroy or use the traffic for destruction purposes. So all artificial intelligence can be used at each of these layers to understand how we can uh, change the frauds. Then the another point is obviously behavior analytics. It's a very important topic, and people are talking about humanizing AI and how close you can get to a human behavior or human intellect. How so by you artificial intelligence can actually analyze the behavior of a threat actor, and give an output saying that this threat actor is real or not. So we that there are tools available whereby the tools just analyzes the behavior of the threat actor and decides whether that threat actor is real or it may be a scam. We have seen this in many applications whereby it clearly says the caller, the true the, like we, it's quite similar to Truecaller, that the caller is, who is the caller, whether it's a spam, whether it's a company. So it's kind of analyzing the behavior of the threat actor. If the if it is automated threat actor, and it's calling every every 6 seconds, then in that case it may not be real. So the analyzing the behavior of a threat actor using artificial intelligence is also, it's also a possibility. Just give me a, before we move to the next slide. The
Hi, Ritu. I think you're muted.
Yeah, 1 minute. Yeah, sorry, I got muted. I didn't notice that. Right. So just taking a water break. Okay. So when we are planning for securing our organization from cyber security, cyber offense using artificial intelligence, there are various points which we may have to consider using, like for scanning. Artificial intelligence can be used for scanning purposes, scanning the network, scanning the applications, scanning the traffic. And so artificial intelligence, one of the use of artificial intelligence can be used to scan. The second use of artificial intelligence is for detecting. That means we can use
Hi, Ritu. I think you're mute again.
Yeah, I got muted. I muted myself because there's too much noise here. And
Uh,
yep. So I'm sorry for this, but I can't change it. I'm in an area where it's quite crowded. And
yeah, it's okay. Proceed. Okay.
all right. So for the artificial intelligence, usage of artificial intelligence in cybersecurity, various elements which we can take care of, or artificial intelligence can be used. One is for scanning. That means scanning the network, scanning the applications, scanning the network elements, scanning the traffic. I mean, there are tools available for it like Wireshark, and there are tools which are there in Kali Unix where we can use only for scanning. And then there is the tools which there is artificial intelligence can be used for detecting a specific type of attacks. Like we can have, there can be various kinds of viruses, and we can create a defense based on the offense of those viruses. Or those there we can use artificial intelligence in detection. The third place we can use artificial intelligence in cybersecurity is analyzing the traffic, analyzing the personas, and analyzing the network elements, and analyzing the data. Even data analysis can be automated using artificial intelligence, can be done using artificial intelligence. And the fourth place where we can use artificial intelligence is to raise an alarm. These are all specific to security, IT security, artificial intelligence, cyber security. Now, artificial intelligence can be used to raise an alarm. That means send an alarm, uh, saying you can to the security team or the customer support team that there is a risk or a threat. So that's a part of also can be that workflow can also be automated using artificial intelligence to raise an alarm. The Another point which is where there we can use artificial intelligence, of course, is prevention. And that is after an alarm is raised, then we can use it to prevent, artificial intelligence, and then for correction, security, and finally to stop. Any questions? I think we're just about to come to the last slide before. Okay. So let me move to the last slide, whereby we're talking about how the what all tools can be used mm, or created. We have AI driven threat intelligence. We have which is artificial intelligence can be used for that threat intelligence. Then automated incident response, That means that if there are incidents, then we can automate the workflow using artificial intelligence to respond, enhance security analysis, including data analysis, analyze the network, analyzing the security at various points to can be automated using artificial intelligence, and the data can be fed back into the artificial intelligence foundation models to create and to enhance the security. Then we can also do adaptive security systems. We can create adaptive security systems, means which can adapt to the environment. So adapting to the environment again implies different kinds of data being fed to the foundation models to create systems which are adaptive to an environment. The environment may mean that a software installed in a controlled environment, or software installed in a risky environment, so that they can be higher levels of alarms which can be created for a risky environment. So the adaptive security system is uh, another possibility with artificial intelligence, and it's all products are already being developed in those areas. Then integration of artificial intelligence with Internet of Things, which is already happening because of the reason that the Internet of Things is also based on the data points. So as we can integrate artificial intelligence to analyze the data for for analyzing the data of the devices, and that's one of the use case uh, is for artificial intelligence to be used in security. Then AI powered deception technology. So deception, as I said, scam alerts, uh, virus scam alerts, and we can use artificial intelligence powered tools for deception. Artificial intelligence obviously can also be used in education and training, cyber security education and training, whereby we can even create tools, course materials, syllabus for cyber security education and training. Then for privacy protection, we can create layers of synthetic data to enable privacy. And like you saw my persona, you see my persona is there. I can create up to 10 or 20 or 30 personas to make sure that I am not being found. And that's for privacy protection. Like, of course, you can't do it, but I'll just give a kind of a what can be done is I can have some 20 Facebook accounts with the same name and the same face, and nobody knows who is real. Uh, okay, I mean, and of course, I can't do it, but it's kind of possibility. So I'm just giving you a possibility that it can be used in privacy protection. Then the necessity of hardware protection. Okay, the hardware protection we already know. It's kind of social engineering. That means you can use artificial intelligence at points where you are at entry points, at gate points. So you can also protect the hardware using your artificial intelligence. Then most important impact of artificial intelligence is on cryptography, and we all know that it's cryptography is part of artificial intelligence, where we can send cryptic messages. Not only that, uh, we can the uh, data can be hidden behind or encrypted in a form where it is difficult uh, to what you call it to diagnose or to figure out. So there is a cryptography is a very important part of cybersecurity, and here we can also use the artificial intelligence tools for cryptography. So there are various places where artificial intelligence is being already evolving cybersecurity is already evolving using artificial intelligence, and at every element we can create a higher level of security using artificial intelligence. And um, that's kind of already happening, because we have several companies who are building tools in different areas, and they are available uh, for organization to use, to buy as well. And if you are wanting to use them and open source, then Kali Unix is a toolbox which has around 500 applications of different types, of different kinds, of for different uses, depending on what the organization needs. And we can use any of these tools for different protecting various layers of OSI model, uh, which is a communication model of for uh, computers, or electronics, or data communication. So I'm almost at the end of my slides. So AI advantages of using AI in cybersecurity. Well, there is no doubt about it that it can handle huge data. The response time is faster if you have used ChatGPT, or if you have used any of the AI foundation model, you already know that. And secondly, it becoming more intelligent over time. Well, that the gap is getting smaller and smaller, whether it will replace human intellect, or whether it will enable human intellect. And the gap is becoming narrower because of the data which is being provided to the foundation model. So it depends on what kind of data, what are you providing, real data, synthetic data, that determines the proximity of artificial based intelligence to human intelligence. Also, it can handle unknown threats. Well, I'm not sure about this one, whether unknown threats it can handle or not. However, if it can handle unknown threats, then we must be prepared for unknown threats. So that part, I guess we will have to still define more on whether artificial intelligence can be used to handle unknown threats. Finally, what it is going to look like in the future of AI in cybersecurity, it's a huge market, and we are seeing that there is investments are expected to reach 80 billion by 2030. The market size for artificial intelligence in cybersecurity is almost going to go to 12 times in the next 10 times, minimum 10 to 12 times in the next uh, 8 to 10 years. And hence there will be changes on the requirements of the market, and not only in the requirement of tools which required by an organization or an institute, but also requirement of the people. So that's about it. I'm not sure if
Yeah, we
I'm
can take a couple of questions before we wind up, Ritu, if it's okay.
yeah.
So we have Tanzil Ansari asking, how can we use generative AI to, how can it be applied in cybersecurity?
Repeat that. How can we use generative AI?
In cybersecurity. Did you get the question?
Yes, yeah. How can we use generative? That's a good question. How can we use generative AI in cybersecurity? Right now, generate the use of generative AI in cybersecurity is not happening. Right now, it is not happening. So, generative AI is currently being used for media, for creation, for existing data, which is value data, which is already present with these models. Now, generative AI, my understanding of generative AI is that once we have data which we can use, enough of data which we can use to generate new case studies, to generate new scenarios, then it is possible to use generative AI for cybersecurity.
Yeah,
You understand what I'm saying? Like
yeah. I mean, I
what I'm
said
trying to
there needs to be enough cyber attacks, which needs to be recorded, and the models to be trained
yeah,
uh, based on which, like,
yes. So there
the
needs to
model
be
can.
enough
Yeah,
cyber attacks. There needs to be enough. I mean, if you use generative AI and it generates something which is of no use, so it is actually uh, it is actually decreasing productivity.
yeah, got that.
So the generative AI currently is used to enhance productivity in areas where in marketing, in digital marketing, in creation of content, in creation of documents. But if generative AI is being used in cybersecurity, what it is going to do is it's going to confuse and decrease productivity. That's my understanding of how I see generative AI in cybersecurity. So for now, we are not looking at generative AI for cybersecurity.
Yeah, we have another attendee asking us, like, if AI can be integrated into like firewalls.
AI can be integrated into a firewall.
Yeah.
AI-based firewall you can create. You can create AI-based firewalls in the sense that whatever functions firewall is doing, if you have a foundation, if you have a AI-based firewall, that means it is yeah, we are automating the workflow of firewall using AI. So we can do AI-based firewalls.
Okay.
You,
So
you understand what I'm saying? What does firewall do? Firewall has a specific workflow. Now, if firewall has a specific workflow, if we can automate that workflow using AI, we can have AI-based firewall.
okay, got it. So yeah, we have another attendee asking, like, can AI tools be misused for surveillance purposes?
Of course, of course. That is the risk. AI-based tools can be used, can be misused for surveillance purposes. That's why the countries are scared. That's why the organizations are focusing on cybersecurity, because they know that AI can be misused more than it can be used.
Yeah, we have one more last question to take. Uh, say, is it possible to decrypt data which is embedded in IoT devices through a cyber
Is
attack?
it possible to
To decrypt
decrypt data?
which is embedded in IoT devices, Internet of Thing, devices, with a cyber attack?
Uh,
He's basically asking, can we hack into
depends
IoT
on
devices through cyber attacks?
you can hack. I mean, I'm not a hacker. I'm an ethical hacker, but if you are not a non-ethical hacker, then it is up to the competency of a non-ethical hacker whether they can actually hack into the IoT devices or not. And if they can, then what from which side they will be which what you call it, loophole, or what element of uh, weakness they will enter into the IoT device. That I'm not able to say, because I don't know how for now that what is how the IoT devices data is encrypted. So
Okay.
it is it's all the competency of the ethical of the hacker. Possibly he can, or possibly he may not be able to, depending on the defense of the IoT device.
Yeah, looks like that was what the question was asking. Anyway, yeah, thank you so much, Ritu. And I think we'll wind up the session. And to all the participants, please visit iabsc.org to become an authorized training partner. And we will keep you all posted in all our upcoming events by email and across all our social media channels. And looking forward to connecting with you all soon. And thanks for attending today's session. And have a nice day, everyone. Thank you so much, Ritu. And
Thank you, Ram. Thank you. Sorry for the lot of noise,
no,
but I
no,
was
we appreciate you taking time out from your busy schedule. Yeah, I understand you're traveling right now,
yeah. Okay. Thank
but
you.
really appreciate it, Ritu. Yeah, bye
Yeah,
bye.
no worry. Just I hope it is helpful, and I'm sure there'll be lot of queries because I mean there may not be too many things which I covered in just 1 hour. So
Yeah, we're looking
I
at foundation level knowledge. We don't want to dwell too much deep into the technical side of things. Like we only want the use cases where people can relate to in the contemporary.
yeah.
Yeah, that's what we look
They
at.
may be able to relate to any one of the use cases which I mentioned. I mean, it's possible.
I'm sure. I'm sure. I'm sure. Anyway,
Okay.
thanks again, Ritu, and have a nice day. And have a nice day, everyone. And we'll connect with you all soon. Bye
Thank
bye.
you.